Hello, it's now 4:22. We had some technical difficulties, so if you're here waiting, we're also on another stream from the original video. I couldn't figure out how to get into that, so maybe you found this one. I just want to start off following up from the last video. It seemed to have been a controversial topic and triggered a lot of comments. So I just would like to clarify my intention was never to stir a pot. I come from a country that is a melting pot like Morocco, where there is a lot of cultures and tensions, and I do not intend to create any divisions. If you check out the video I referenced in the description, it will repeat a lot of these things. So I'm just following what I had seen, and I know I'm no expert on these topics. I looked further into, yes, Jeremy, you left a shirt here, and this is your shirt. Yeah, but after this, I looked further into Darija and what exactly is Darija, and I learned a lot. It is far from classic Arabic, from the grammar being different to words to pronunciation. So I learned a lot from your comments. Thank you for guiding me into knowledge. I appreciate this. I want this channel to be an educational space. Hello, Yusuf. So being an educational space for any viewers that want to learn to count in Amazigh, quick way to learn, Yan, Sin, Krat. I made this mistake the other day saying Krat was the fourth one, but it's number 3. Yan, Sin, Krat, Yan, Sin, Krat. Say it, and then say it like it's a rap song. You say, Yan, Sin, Krat, cuz. Yan, Sin, Krat, cuz. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have a little bit of our language lesson for today. Thanksgiving does not equal Ramadan. Are you asking to compare the two? Wow, there's lots of comments on here already. Thank you. I'm trying to read them and keep up. I'm doing well. Comments are distracting, eh, Andrea?
Yeah.
I'll do my best to read these. Thanksgiving and Ramadan. So it's kind of they're way different in my opinion. Yes, Thanksgiving is just one day, for example. Ramadan's a whole month, and Thanksgiving is not a religious holiday. It is a day in the USA when we give thanks. This is from my understanding to the indigenous for showing the colonizers how to survive in this new land. They taught them how to plant crops, how to use fish, and how to survive the winters. They taught them of the 3 sisters which grow together, which are beans, squash, and corn. If you grow these 3 things together, it helps the soil, and it also gives space for these crops to grow together. So they taught them things like this, and Thanksgiving is a celebration of this food, of this abundance, the cornucopia. This is a good English word. Cornucopia is that gourd you may see in classic art or so, with lots of fruits and vegetables in it. It is a display of abundance and feasting. So a cornucopia is often the symbol for Thanksgiving. And in America, we celebrate Thanksgiving by having a big turkey dinner, dinde, and we watch football. It's very common for young people to also play football in what's called a turkey bowl. So they'll get together and play American football. Not so much soccer or international football going on in America. And yeah, Ramadan, in a way, you have big meals at the end of the day, and you might even eat more at Iftar than at Thanksgiving, but I don't know, I think the Americans got you beat in terms of how much we're eating in one meal. And we take a big nap and watch football. It's one of my favorite holidays, even though I don't watch football. So we're here to celebrate the 3,000 subscribers as well. So thank you for tuning in and checking in. We had 2,000 subscribers just the other day, and we had 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for everyone that joined in the past couple days. Andrea says 4,000 on the way, inshallah. I think we're like 200 or 300 away from that. And we want to share with you a cake that Andrea has made to celebrate the 3,000 subscribers. So, Andrea, you want to show the cake here? Come show the cake.
3,726.
3,726. Come show the cake. Acro is not the name. You recommend another name. Shadada. What is shadada? Beautiful cake made with yogurt and peaches.
Yeah.
Great. Can you get the comment section on there?
1 second.
I'm learning to use this platform still myself, so thank you for bearing with me as we watch and go live. Yummy, yummy, yes. Bismillah. Andrea's in the chat. People are asking what ingredients there are.
So it's just like basic cake dough, like flour and sugar, milk, butter, vanilla powder, eggs. That's about it. And then on the top we put some yogurt mixed with some sugar, peaches, nectarines, and some chocolate powder for the decoration. Yeah, it's very simple, very basic.
So I got a question for Morocco. I've lived in a couple different apartments here, and and I haven't been in a lot with an oven. So is an oven commonplace in the typical Moroccan kitchen? I know, for example, natural gas is not piped into houses like it is in the United States. We use a propane tank to power the stove and the hot water. And yes, the animal shelter. I think someone sent me a message on Instagram. We plan on doing a thing with Karina soon. If you didn't see Karina's video, check it out with the dogs. She's the expert to talk to on that. And we also have Moroccan Animal Aid local here in Tamrat, which after quarantine we could go and check out and do a little story on what they are doing over there. In terms of what I see is the situation of dogs here in Tamrat. There's a lot of dogs, and there's always people trying to help these dogs. It's like every week there's another 5 puppies or a puppy looking for a home. So the situation is difficult here for the dogs, and we could bring awareness to the situation, but I have no solution to this. This is beyond my expertise. So animal shelter video will be coming up. On what is Rashid Salah? What's the very smart question Rashid said?
How do you live in Morocco, money and home? Where are you now? So we are in Tamrat.
Yeah, we're in Tamrat right now.
It's just north of Agadir, south of Tagazout.
And I come on a tourist visa because I need to leave every 90 days. I'm not a resident, so I look for a cheap ticket to Europe. And then I'll often go back to the United States as well. But I work online. I don't know how this live thing works. It's on the iPad, and there's like filters I guess I could put on here, and we put it into black and white, and yeah, no, it's like my second time going live. I don't exactly know what I'm doing here, so thank you for checking in. Our life here in Morocco. Andrea, what do you do?
What do I do here?
In
Morocco?
Now that we're quarantined?
Now that we are quarantined, I do another yoga teacher training online. I'm trying to improve my teachings regarding yoga. I'm trying to do some reading, practicing some Thai massage, and that's about it. We are not allowed to go anywhere still, so we're mostly staying inside and just trying to cook, trying new recipes, Moroccan recipes, home recipes from our moms and grandmoms.
Why don't you find Moroccan women? Oh yeah. I heard in Morocco they find you. There was this really funny video someone sent me of this guy saying, "Be careful, if you're a single man, don't go to Morocco. There's black magic there. Every man that goes there single, he leaves with a Moroccan woman back there that he sends money to every month." And he kind of talks like this the whole time. He goes on for a few minutes like that. I don't have the link to that, but I think we've all heard about this black magic of, I heard about it, to be careful, not look any Moroccan women in the eye, and to be careful about the couscous you accept and eat, and careful what you do with your fingernails and your toenails. One time a Moroccan friend asked me, "Hey, so what do you do with your fingernails when you cut them?" Like, I throw them out. I hope there's no black magic. I'm sure, but there's all across the world. We have these voodoo traditions and things and superstitions. I know they are in my family, and I see them reflected in this culture as well. But anyways, what do you do with your fingernails? I said, I put them in a jar, I save them, and then when I have enough, I cook them up and I eat them. No. I told him I just throw them out. He goes, "Oh, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the fingernails." And this is when I started to know about these superstitions or beliefs in the culture. And it takes some time to find these. Not for black magic, but for anything.
Have you been to Sidi Ifni? There was a question.
I have not been to Sidi Ifni. It's south of Agadir, right? I've not been. I went down to Tiznit maybe for a surf day one day. Thank you, Rashid. Thank you, Rashid. I'm doing my best here to help where I can, and I think online is a good opportunity to reach a lot of people to teach. There's some already great English Darija lessons and Tejlahit lessons by, I forgot the guy's name right now, but if you look it up, he'll be one of the first guys. He's got a project to do, 1,500 important phrases in Moroccan Arabic or so, and check him out because he has both the English and the written for Darija. So he's got great videos already. If you want more, people have talking about speaking in a North American accent. I can do my best with that. Teach.
Have you been to Tiznit? I've been to Tiznit. Have you been to Tiznit?
People in Agadir always should be careful. Okay. No, I think I went to Tiznit. I don't remember the name, but we went surfing. We had some fish. It was very beautiful. But Sidi Ifni is definitely a trip we'd like to take after lockdown. I would like to go around the country until I have to leave because I am officially over my visa and my tickets booked to get out of here, and then all the flights got canceled after the lockdown. So be careful of people in Agadir. Andak. They're all magicians. What's your favorite playlist in quarantine? My favorite playlist we were listening to last night was just the Discover Weekly I have on Spotify, and it just kind of recommends 25 songs every week that maybe you've never heard before, and it's always a nice experience to hear a song for the first time. especially when it sounds familiar the first time you hear it. And I've had experience where you hear a song and it hits you so hard because you're gonna hear it again in the future. I believe there's this connection to music in this way. But yeah, favorite playlist is on Spotify, my Discover Weekly. What kind of music do you like? That's your tattoos. I have no tattoos. No, I've not heard of the American girl asking Royal Air Morocco to let her come to Morocco. You talking about a evacuation flight from America? See, to discover cultures of the world.
Mirleft. Have you been to Mirleft? No, I haven't been.
The Germans went. Julia and Manu, our friends.
Yeah.
They went down to Merlift for festival or
Yeah.
Techno party or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other Germans down there too. We have a friend in Dakla right now, yoga teacher friend,
Yeah.
and she's enjoying the quarantine down
Lexi,
there.
maybe we will visit her after all this.
Yeah.
If we're able to travel.
Inshallah. Bayu Omar, no, I don't know. What's your opinion about Morocco? Love Morocco.
Yeah, we came here, we stayed here,
Yeah.
I guess.
No shopping today. We still have some food. We got pumpkin, we got cauliflower still, eggplants, tomatoes, one melon.
Do you plan to stay in Morocco after quarantine? We can't stay because our visa will expire, so we have to go out of Morocco, probably visit some families, and then come back after some time.
Yeah, I was talking about this today that I need to go back to the States to take care of some things, medicinal wise and family. I'd love to see my family. And yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to go back because the quarantine's supposed to end May 20th. They said in an article last week on Moroccan News that there was nothing else on the table and they were confident it's going to open. And then just in my head, I thought, inshallah, inshallah. So I would love to come back to Morocco after going back to the United States. I was thinking about that. If I'm back in the United States, what kind of content would be still interesting to you guys? This is a question I had in my head. I was going to show you Chicago pizza, what a burrito or a taco looks like in the United States. If you followed the last live stream, you know we like our tacos.
Yeah, people are asking where from the States are you, and if you talked to Terry, middle-aged runaway.
Yeah. We're on Instagram. We're talking about a collaboration. His idea was a Step Brothers parody or spoof, but I don't know if anyone in Morocco has seen the movie Step Brothers or if it's very popular. But we're planning a collaboration. We may do some acro yoga or. We don't know. What would you guys like to see? A challenge of some sort?
With Terry.
With Terry. I find Moroccan culture fascinating. The longer I stay here, the more I learn. Just little details like layers of an onion. You know, you get deeper and deeper into it. Someone talked about their Amazigh in Spanish. They've traveled around the world and they love Morocco. Same with myself. I've traveled to 6 continents and I always come back to Morocco because I don't know, it feels good. Something about the land calls, the people being friendly, and the food, of course. Yeah, everyone's gonna leave, if for nothing, then to visit their families, of course. I just talked to my mom today, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms in North America, maybe Canada too.
Yeah.
I know my Aunt Debbie's watching these videos, my stepmom, my mother, my grandma, so thank you all for watching and happy Mother's Day to you. Please, no tattoo. I'm not gonna get any tattoos, I just got a cool scar here. Wait, we're on this camera. This is my tattoo, and then there's one here with a hole. That's where the bone broke out of the skin. Someone said USA is very scary right now. Yeah, I'm grateful to be here in Morocco at this moment. You know, I look forward to going back to the US as well. But I feel good and safe here in Morocco. People ask us. At first it's scary, you know, you hear state of emergency and, you know, what's going to happen, what does that mean? And it's been okay, you know. It's gone longer than we expected. We kind of expected it to be prolonged. But yeah, we feel safe. At first it was scary. As I said, state of emergency. There are people driving down like the little village streets with speakers attached to the truck, yelling something in a language we didn't understand. You know, we knew it was about Corona or something, but saw the gendarmerie driving down the street in a little village, and we've never seen that before. So like something's going on. What about Alba from Maine? I don't know Alba from Maine. Talk Indonesia for a little bit. Now I'm nervous. One American said, "Do not go to Morocco." Is this true? That's possible, for sure. I mean, people will say don't go to a lot of places. Morocco had a terrible thing happen a few years ago, and I understand how that could cause people to have some fear. But it's best to hope that everything's going to be okay. I mean, it was not tolerated, whatever happened here, and I don't think one should not travel to Morocco. Even the United States government lists Morocco, at least they did before Corona, before everything. I looked it up, and it was 4 levels of security to travel to countries, 1 being the safest, 4 being the most dangerous. And I was looking around at different countries, and Morocco was number 1. You know, basic precautions: don't go anywhere alone. You don't know at night. You know, watch for pickpockets. Things that you would do in any city, Chicago. This is things we do to protect ourselves when we travel. Level 2 is threat of something, domestic turbulence or terrorist attack, and the UK was level 2, I believe. So it was higher. Venezuela was 3 or 4. So whoever said that, they have some phobia to not travel to Morocco. And at the time when I looked this up, this was a few years ago, the USA considered Morocco a very safe place to travel to, and I don't think that's changed since. So
Badri was asking if you were to Merzouga and if you would recommend Merzouga.
yeah, we took a trip to Merzouga last year. It was a long bus ride. We went on a yoga retreat. I was helping teach yoga as we went from Marrakesh out to Merzouga and back. And we stopped along the way, went hiking, went rock climbing, hiked up these mountains, saw this family living up in nowhere. It took forever to walk up there, and they had to get everything by donkey up there. It was unlike anything I'd seen before. But Merzouga was an amazing place to be. The pictures of it are incredible. From the view, you can't see, like, it's weird. It's kind of like just the edge of the desert. So if you really want to go deep desert, I would say go somewhere else. But if you want to hike some sand dunes and feel some heat, Merzouga is super cool. I love my time there. They had a pool where we were staying, great food. And that's where I found that cheese tagine. If you saw that other video where the Ramadan video, it starts by, should we cheese a tagine? That was on that road trip. In Todra, I think it was, we had a tomato and eggplant tagine with cheese on the top. And I've been trying to recreate that taste and that recipe since. So if I go back out that way, I'll have to figure out where that restaurant is and maybe figure out that recipe. That could be a good mission. the cheesy tagine. I don't know if they just served it foreigners because they knew they liked it, but it was actually served by Moroccans. I didn't invent the cheese tagine. Miriam from Erzuga. All right, we'll see if we make it back out that way. We have not done Ramadan. I fasted one day and cheated and drank water, and
Maybe
was-
we can try another day and make another video of doing it properly, like waking up before sunset and then have some meal and then fast during the day and then have dinner together in the house.
a little proper preparation, have some dates in the house. The day she was like, I don't want to do it. We still have pasta from yesterday in the fridge. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. We should eat that pasta. I saw an article on Moroccan news about food waste in Ramadan, and it said it was super high. It might have said 45%. Again, don't quote me on that, but it was like shocking. And I see it from holidays in the USA too. Like celebrations could be very wasteful, and we just wanted to eat what we had and not waste that. So if we fast this week, it'll be Tuesday before the souk, or even Wednesday.
Have you
Souk day.
been to Agadir or Essaouira?
Agadir, yes, many a times. Essaouira, no, I have not been.
No,
It's,
me neither. But I guess this is gonna be one of the first places to go after all this is open.
Essaouira, we talked about taking a trip there.
Just before the lockdown.
Just before the lockdown, we're gonna go to Essaouira. We've both never been.
And
I've
then
been
we were
here.
like, we're gonna go next week, and then nothing.
Yeah, I've never been to Essaouira because it's like, I have no excuse. I've been here in the Tagazout region for like 2.5 years, and I haven't made it as north of Essaouira. I stay south of Imsawan, really. I don't have a car, so transportation is limited, and I like it down here. Casablanca, not yet. We're definitely gonna check it out. I would love to go there and teach a yoga workshop if possible.
Can you speak in a little bit in
They're
Darija?
still asking.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum. Shmiti Kevin, من أمريكاني. أنا أستاذ ديال يوغا ديال بإنجليزي. متشرفين. I don't know, it's hard to have a conversation. أنا عندي لحية. أنا أشرب مهية. That's a good one. I like rhymes. When learning languages, it helps me to learn things like this. So if this is a really funny thing to say, at least it gives people a laugh when a Western guy says, I have a beard and I drink mehia, which is like Berber Amazigh moonshine. And it's, people get a laugh of that. Andi lahia and ashrab or shreb mehia. They have two different terms for a drink, whether it be alcohol or tea or water. Shrab, shreb, or shrub. Ana shrabate, ana shreb mehia, andi lehia. Lehia bizif.
Your Arabic is
should
very
cover
good.
that. I there's so much I lack though. I have so many holes. Everyone always says, oh, it's good, but I really don't feel that way. You guys make me feel good about it, but I feel like so limited in my capacity for expression and to say things. Comments help. I like to read the comments and try and figure out what you guys are saying. And same with the English comments. I write back and just with some corrections sometimes, so you could see the spelling or the grammar if something's worded a funny way. Sometimes I'll put it in all caps, and it's not to be demeaning or anything. It's just for a learning opportunity for not only the person who commented, but for anyone that's reading the comments. And sometimes I'm lazy with the comments. I'm gonna do my best to use proper punctuation, capitalization, and everything like that. So the comment section could become more of an educational opportunity. I love the discussion that takes place there. let's please keep it peaceful and civilized and respectful to everybody.
Fatima is asking, what was your cultural shock here in Morocco?
Culture shock. Paper towels were more just like paper.
I would say, like, for me, the biggest cultural shock was to visit Medina in Marrakesh. It's like very different, or maybe even Fes, you know, it's like something that you don't see anywhere else, and it's like going back a couple of centuries, like when you're walking through the old town. Like, I think it's almost everything the same, so it's like going back into the past, except that people have cell phones now. That's all, and it's really interesting to see that nothing has changed in all this time.
Yeah. For me, the culture shock that came up was how I was expecting, I'd done some research on Morocco, like things to know before you go. I got a book from the library, read that up, but nothing could prepare you for actually being there and seeing it real time. And for me, I was surprised to see casinos in Agadir. I'm sure I could have read that, but to actually see them and how many, maybe there's not so many casinos, but nightclubs and things. And then you go into this little smoky den and people are gambling horses or gambling on Keno or the lottery. And this was just something that's really funny to me because it reminded me of America, like my grandpa was a big horse racer, and like these things don't change behind culture. Men like to gamble a lot more than women, and it's like these smoky gambling places were just funny to find for me. I was not expecting that. And also, like, what shocked me was someone had like ecstasy when I was in Tagazout. I was like, what? Like, this is Morocco, like, this does not exist here, I was picturing a more reserved culture in this way, because from what I heard it is a liberal of the Arab world, it's like the California of the Arab world in terms of is a little bit more laid back. California's got that relaxed surf vibe, and it's just been a little different. I mean, they elected Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor at one point, so hopefully you guys are doing better than that.
Somebody was asking if we've been to Agadir Souk. Yes.
Agadir Souk, yes. We love Agadir Souk. I don't love going there for too long, but if you like the Tamrat Souk, you'd like to order your souk, which is even bigger than the Tamrat Souk. It's 10, 20 times the size. And then you have the Agadir Souk, which is the order your souk times 10 or something. So it's really big. There are some comments about, don't film the people. And it makes me feel like, I get that, I respect that, but people really enjoy seeing these experiences, and I would respect anyone's wishes to not be filmed. We were pretty obvious with it when we had the souk video films we were carrying around an iPad with us, so it's kind of clear what we were doing, and if anyone wanted to not be in the video, we respected that. Well, I just read some comments and I just have to stop sometimes and regroup my thoughts and go, wait, where was that? Yes, I tried fasting since it's Ramadan. Not strict rules. I was drinking water. You could check that video out if you go to the channel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Feliz, no, Eid Said Mali Tasi Saad. Eid Milad Said. This is happy birthday, right? Eid Milad Said. Eid Milad Said. Eid Milad Said. That's not how you sing happy birthday. That's Hi Ho the Dario, or the farmer in the dill. I think. Chinese children's songs sound the same.
Yeah, happy birthday, Tausi. Tausi, I hope it's spelled right, Tausi. What kind of music do you like?
Oh, I like a lot of music. World music, things, instrumentals I like. I went through a hip hop phase. Nowadays, like that Discover Weekly playlist is all over the place. Maybe we could post that somewhere if people want to check that out, because that's based on my recommendations. Music festivals I've gone to, that is kind of like the musical taste at times in my life. It was like Bonnaroo, so there was a lot of jam bands back then. I got into the string cheese incident. I don't know if jam bands like Grateful Dead or Fish or Widespread Panic, these are really popular in America, and it's just kind of a jazzy exploration, a lot of improvisation in their music, a lot like this live stream right now. We're improvising, so thank you for feeding the comments in this Q&A. Music, we like, what do we like? I like Mike Love, and I find this artist across the world now. Check him out. Not Going Medicine for the People. These were big artists in the time in my life of learning to live with a lighter being and finding my path and my mission and things like that. It sounds corny and things. I keep saying things, but music is it's a big thing for me, right? I have a pretty high tolerance for a lot of music. I can listen to a lot of things, so if you guys have any recommendations, I love checking out different music. But if I have to choose, she always asks me when we're cooking, she goes, what do you want to listen to? And I just say mariachi music. And only one time she ever put on mariachi music, and it's because we're cooking like fajitas or something, tacos, or we're making guacamole, or else we don't ever get the mariachi music. And she likes to listen to like old Croatian power ballads from the 80s and things and sing them.
Did you receive a backlash from your family about moving to Morocco, to a Muslim country?
Backlash. There's definitely been people that were questioning and worrying, but the longer I stay here, the more people just accept it and see that I'm happy, and they just kind of accept it. But yeah, of course, some families like, what are you doing? My parents have been very supportive in it. Yeah, my family eventually, in the end, they like it. They see I'm doing okay here, especially now that the YouTube channel is picking up. Thank you, everybody. At Christmas this year, my cousins like told people about my video. I'm like, no, don't show the family. Like, I was kind of like embarrassed, and but now it's on there, and you guys liked it, so I appreciate that. And here we are now. Backlash from the family. My mom was worried about me staying like for the quarantine. She's like, I hope that was a good choice, and I think it is. I talked to her today. I think she's happy to see me happy here. She's watching right now. She's asking how she could be in the chat. Told her to go on the computer, so we'll see if she's on here. She hasn't typed anything. Maybe she's the one that keeps asking if we want children.
What do you like the most about Morocco?
What do I like most about Morocco? This is a tough question. I just want to say the land. I don't know. It sounds silly to say that it's just the earth, the color of it, the way it feels, but it's just something about the land that really calls me back here. I love the sounds of it. I love the smell. Most of the smells. Okay. Most of the smells.
Yeah, I would say like also the weather is always nice here, and my favorite part is diversity. You have ocean, you have mountains, you have old cities, pretty much everything you want. Somebody was asking if we've been to Atlas. mountains. So yeah, I was in Tupkal in November, and it was beautiful. So I would recommend this trip or hike to anybody who is in a shape and has the motivation to do it. It's a little bit of walk uphill. um, yeah, so I would say the diversity and the access to fresh food, like fresh veggies and
Hmm.
fruits.
Yeah, the diversity of people living together, but with this sense of unity of common people, brotherhood. I definitely feel that more here than the United States. It's more of a hand than just fingers. If you don't have a hand, your fingers are useless, right? So make sure you have a hand. Where did you meet this beauty? Has your family from Chicago ever visited you? If so, did they enjoy it? No, my family from Chicago has not visited me. I tell them to. It's quite the trek for them. I understand. People in the United States don't get a lot of time off, and a lot of my family aren't doing international travel as much. So it's if they want to go somewhere new. My stepdad goes to Canada on a fishing trip. My mom went to Italy many years ago when she was younger. My dad hasn't traveled much outside the United States. Some Canada.
Hi, Gaia. My friend.
My
here.
stepmom as well has been to Canada, but my cousin studied in Italy. Two of my cousins studied in Italy. I tried to get one when coronavirus is happening. I'm like, don't go back to the United States. Just come to Morocco. Just go to Morocco. Hang out here. Yeah. He's back home, safe in Chicago. Jack the Ripper was in Chicago. Chance the Rapper was in Chicago. I think Jack the Ripper was in London. He was the one that was killing the prostitutes, I believe. What was what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Chicago. I had a dream. My grandma came to visit me one time. We were down at Devil's Rock in Yuma right here. So I'm like, Grandma, what are you doing here? So yeah, I came to visit Morocco, but she said, no, she's not gonna do it. But my friend, I had one friend come from America, Jeremy, dear friend of mine. He's a big supporter of the channel, and he's actually launching this clothing design, more Acro shirts, hoodies, yoga pants. More Acro, by the way, is not like more agro, like more frog. That was my idea when I came out here to teach Acro yoga to tourists and people coming to the surf camps. So more Acro was just this idea of doing more of what you love. So for me, that was Acro yoga and acrobatics. And it happened to be in Morocco that I was able to live a life where I could do more of what I loved. And this is where more Acro came from. So Jeremy came to visit, loved Morocco, was planning, he didn't tell work he was going to Morocco. He was working remotely. He's an accountant, and he loved it here. He's coming back as soon as the borders open. So he's a big fan. My one friend that came from America loved it. So I tell people to come all the time. A lot of my friends are teachers. They have break in the summer, but then they also coach or something. So people are busy, and Morocco's far. I get that, and I don't hold it against them, but they're missing out. If you like, there's something for everyone here in Morocco, really. There's even skiing and snowboarding.
Terry is here from Middle Age Runaway.
Terry, hello. Thank you, Terry. I told him about the Step Brothers spoof. I hope you don't mind. I don't know if they thought it was a good idea.
Somebody was asking what is Acro yoga exactly, so if you can explain. And somebody was asking about yoga videos for beginners. So yeah, we're gonna do that in the future for sure.
Yeah, Acro yoga is a partner practice that blends yoga, acrobatics, and the healing arts such as Thai massage. So we do all three of these practices as a way to build partnership and to build community. So working with people that you trust, that have your back, that you feel safe with is one of these tenets that we work for in connection within these practices. It's not necessarily something that you do with a romantic partner or anything. I have one friend, Moroccan, and he loves Acro yoga. He's nuts about it, and check him out, Surf Therapy Morocco. He's Acro yoga addict, so he's on Instagram. He'd love it if you gave him a follow, Surf Therapy Morocco. But Acro yoga partner practice, if you check his Instagram, he's got some Acro yoga on there, I believe. We have it on ours as well. You can see some of the videos. So you do your yoga to find your own power, your own connection to yourself, and then we do acrobatics, in which we add a partner, and we use the awareness of our bodies to support each other and to learn to listen and communicate a little better. We learn to ask for what we need and to communicate calmly. And I teach a lot of Acro yoga workshops with couples, and it's really interesting to see how people relate. You could tell a lot about a relationship and how they do Acro yoga. Some romantic partnerships will not even do Acro together because it interferes with their romantic relationship. They'll go and practice with other people. So it's not about that. I encourage Moroccans to try it. I would love to go around Morocco and teach workshops at any yoga studio to help people learn the basics, because you'd be surprised with what you could do, and you'll find a stronger body, you'll have more fun, and some friends. I saw a comment that I wanted to address. What was it? Beginner yoga videos.
Yeah.
We have one. We have the sun salutation A. There's so many yoga videos on YouTube that I feel like those are my least popular videos. I would love to make videos for you guys for yoga. If you really demand them, I'll do them, but like, there's so many already really good ones, and I would love to come teach in person in a workshop in Morocco after quarantine. This would be amazing. But I'll do my best to maybe to do another little Acro yoga introduction. We have the partner yoga one and the sun salutation A.
But we're gonna do some more for sure.
Andrea will make some.
Somebody was asking to do a meet and greet at some point. What do you think? Yeah, for sure after this lockdown. As we said, we plan to do some travels, and we're gonna, guys, let you know where we are.
Yeah, after quarantine, as we said, we're going to have to leave and come back. If we're coming back, and if there's time between there, I would love to travel the country and meet people in each city and do a little video about any villages you guys recommend. I'd love to do a surf tour to just go to places, meet a local surfer, go to the spot, have a meal, talk, learn about their situation, and I think this would be a wonderful trip. Meet and greet, yeah.
Maybe with middle-aged runaway as well.
Yes,
at some point.
We're gonna definitely middle-aged runaway, and I will meet, but I don't know if it'll be for a meet and greet. That would be fun. We could all, sit around a tagine, couple tagines, big tea.
Do some acro yoga. Somebody was asking about Bikram yoga, which is hot yoga. What do you think? I don't like hot yoga because I don't like hot places in general, like a lot of people sweating in small room doing yoga. I don't like that. But a lot of people do, so I don't go to hot yoga classes. I tried once, I almost passed out 2 times, and it's just not for me.
I like hot yoga in the winter where I come from. It's very, very cold. Hot yoga began with Bikram, a controversial yoga teacher who left India to teach in Japan, and it was called the We have a problem. We have a problem. We have a situation. I would love to know the Moroccan flag etiquette in America. If the flag touches the ground, you have to burn it, but if you burn the flag, then that's bad, so it gets complicated. But I hope we're not disrespecting the flag or anything. We just wanted a nice background for everybody here instead of just a white wall. How much are the vegetables and fruits? Is someone just count? Is that like one of our videos that someone's putting? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know what
think
that is.
so.
Someone recommend. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but there's videos there. I don't know if that's a question or a recommendation for a video. But we talked about fruit and vegetable cost in the souk video, so check that out. Do you feel safe as a woman living alone there? We're going to do a future episode where we're going to talk with housemates about their experience as women in Morocco, because I've had people back home ask me, is it safe as a woman to come to Morocco? So now this is a different question as, is it safe to go to Morocco, or you told them not to go to Morocco? It's good to know everything people experience here.
Like in general, traveling, I would say, yeah, it's safe. You know, like you just don't do anything that you wouldn't do elsewhere. So you don't go places you don't know. You don't go around in the night. You know, you stick to the like popular places, popular cities, and just take care of yourself like you would anywhere else. I feel quite safe here. You know, like there is like police checks before you go to the city. And yeah, I never had any problems being here. But as I said, I would never go alone walking in the night in the city or to the beach. So yeah, otherwise it's pretty safe. And I've met a lot of women here traveling just by themselves, and they were perfectly fine, even living here for many, many years. So yeah, we're gonna do an episode on that for sure.
The healing part of Acro yoga. Yeah, the healing arts. So yoga is a practice that was healing. I showed you guys my scar earlier. That's actually why I started doing yoga. I couldn't go to the gym and do weights anymore. So I started putting weight on tabletop and plank and down dog. So this was my healing in my own body with yoga. And then when we moved to acrobatics, it could be quite taxing on the body. We're lying down on our back, we're holding people up. So we practice Thai massage to help recover from these intense practices of acrobatics. So together, all the practices kind of work in a synergy to help us restore ourselves, because it's great to work out, to do all your activities, but we also need those times of rest and recovery. And in the Thai massage practice, we develop that sensitivity of touch and listening to what's going on underneath us when we're working with someone else, that will translate to our acrobatic practice. So as we learn to touch and to listen, to apply our own weight, it gives us better opportunities as acrobatics and acro yoga practitioners to support each other and to also recover from these practices.
Would you love to visit Essaouira? Did you visit it before? No, we will after this lockdown for sure. I think Essaouira is the first on the list.
Yeah, we said that. How do you survive? You get income money. I'm an online English teacher and I work every day, so I'm using this money to pay the rent and pay for food.
Yeah.
Teach English. Did the non-existent gun culture in Morocco shock you, since it's very different in the USA? No, I've traveled quite a bit and I've been to countries with non-existent gun culture. What shocked me was seeing the gendarmerie or cops like pistol or something. It was just kind of old looking. It kind of looked like this cool revolver from, I don't know what kind of gun it was or anything. I'm not too into guns, but that was really cool. I don't know, it just looked like a revolver or something. I don't know what it was, but it had this cool white holster, and in America it's all black and SWAT team like, and it's next to the taser, next to I don't know, but in Morocco, it's just got this kind of like gunslinger look. I guess the American in me appreciates the gun, but it's a cool gun. I don't know if you guys have any insight into that or where those came from, but I don't think they came from America.
Could you not find better mic? No, we don't have a mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're trying. It's really hard to get it at the moment, but for the future.
Yes, in the future. This has all just grown very fast, so we're doing the best with what we got. I got an iPad here. If I go back to the USA, I could get some more gear for better streaming and cameras, but first we gotta get a little floof, so I'll keep teaching China. Yeah, no microphone, I'm sorry. Thank you for bearing with me for the audio quality we do have. And we've been on here 55 minutes now. We're gonna go an hour and then we're gonna be done. Thank you so much. We got 100 people in here right now, so
Thank you so much
really
for
cool.
watching.
Yeah, non-existent gun culture.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I know, I like it. People always love to, as an American, the most political issues I get are always about guns. People love to tell Americans what to do with guns, and always questions about the president, of course, you know, especially these days. And try to avoid politics and religion talks. I mean, I enjoy talking about these things, but it quickly devolves into nothing. So I find jokes to be the best way around these things. I like to laugh. So jokes are good, then jokes always have some element of truth in them. So if we can make each other laugh, that's better than making each other angry and tension, right? We want to smile, we want to have fun here. So let's, we could go deep on things, but always remember to have a smile and laugh about it, maybe about yourself sometimes. I laugh about myself a lot. What was the other question? Why don't you teach English online or class? Yeah, I like the freedom of being an online English teacher because it allows me to travel and take my job with me. So if I go back to the United States, I could still have work when I go back, and I have flexibility in my schedule to change my availability.
What things you don't like in Morocco, or is everything good?
I don't like in Morocco.
Sometimes it can be like really crowded and noisy because, yeah, the big cities and the old towns. It can be hectic. The traffic can be hectic. I was trying to drive a couple of times, and it's quite different than in Europe. Somebody was asking where am I from? I'm from Slovenia, which is a small country in Europe. So, yeah. What else?
For me, I just thought of it. It's the litter or trash. You're gonna find this in any city, but it seems there's a lot in Morocco sometimes, and I see the beauty in all the colored bags and plastics and everything, but it could be quite ugly. Here in Tamrat, there's like a vegan hippie health food restaurant, super expensive, like most expensive restaurant in town. Really good food, beautiful. But they did this art project where they got all these lighters to arrange into love.
A rainbow.
And they also have the rainbow one, or love is with bottle caps.
Yeah.
If you check out their Instagram at Let's Be, you'll see some of their food, and the art projects are on there. It's made from all recovered plastics from the beach, and it's super cool to check out. But it's a powerful message. We do beach cleanups here frequently in Morocco, but like, if we stop the litter in the first place, then we don't have to pick it up, right? So I wish there's a way across the world, not just in Morocco. If this is something my dad taught me early on, was to not to litter. So I've seen people blame it on the kids in the neighborhood. I've seen kids do it most of the time. I see kids throw it out, but also adults as well. And like, I feel weird telling them what to do. You know, it's not my country, whatever. But like, part of me feels I should speak to that when I'm in the moment. But I also let people just live. Sometimes I pick it up, and that's even a more powerful gesture than saying something to them. We're reaching 1 hour, so we're gonna sign out, eh?
Yeah. You want less?
Gardening and farming experience. That's for another day. We're at an hour. I would love to talk about that. But for now, we gotta go 1 hour. We're gonna cut it off. And thank you all for joining today. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
And happy 3,000 subscribers. We'll do another one at 4,000 subscribers.
That's like in a couple of hours.
Okay, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Bislama. Laftag. Laftag al-ashir.